How's everybody doing? I need to hear a little bit more noise. How's everybody doing? So I love to hear. First of all, I just wanted to say it's an honor and privilege to be here in this beautiful space with you guys. Can we give a round of applause to my sister Sibo and Dubai for putting this together? I also want to give a shout out to my brother DJ Brainy Beats. Very humble, amazing guy. We just got connected, but I feel like I've known the brother for a long time. And thank you for setting the vibes for us, creating the atmosphere. It's nice to see your lovely wife over there helping us serve the food. So thank you so much. Appreciate you. And just want to also say before I kind of get started a little bit, I want to give a shout out to my brothers that came here today to support me. I got my brother Diri right here. I got my brother Swervo right there. I got my brother Omar right there. I got my brother Afrikan right there. So thank y'all, everybody showing up. And it's so lovely to see all the people that are here that I haven't had the pleasure of getting to know. So I appreciate seeing you guys. DJ, you're going to play some music? We can play some music. But yeah, I just wanted to say, so as many of you guys know or don't know, I'm a council member in Tukwila. And for me, the theme today is called Born to Love. Raise your hand if you guys feel like you guys were born to love. Born to love on yourselves, on your loved ones. That's what I love to see. That's very, very important. I think I love the theme of today because it kind of, in a way, mirrors the type of life that I've been trying to have up to this point. I was born in Kenya, Nairobi. Raise your hand if you're Kenyan. Oh wow, we got some Kenyan representation. There you go. Almost half the room. I wasn't expecting that. So I was born in Kenya, Nairobi. I fled away from the my mom and my dad fled away from the civil war in Somalia in the early 90s. And then my mom and my dad met in the Kenyan refugee camp. They got to know each other for about a year. And then in December 16, 1996, this beautiful babe pops out. And he's here today with you guys. My story began in these traumatic turn of events, this crazy circumstance. But again, my parents were able to form love and they were able to have me. So I'm very thankful and grateful that, my parents were able to meet in those circumstances. So the first city I moved to was Tukwila, Washington. Raise your hand if you guys know Tukwila, love Tukwila. There you go. Okay, awesome. So a little fun fact, Tukwila was the first city I moved to when I came to America. And ever since then, my mom, my dad, they tried to instill in us, how to be warriors, how to overcome the societal pressures of being immigrants, being refugees. Raise your hand if you're an immigrant or refugee. You guys came to there you go, look at that. We all relate. So, being an immigrant, being a refugee, I'm sure that a lot of us can attest this was not easy. And my mom, my dad, I just remember growing up, struggling to speak the language, struggling to adapt to the cultural barrier, the language barrier. But my mom always assured me things will get easier. If you continue to work hard, continue to read your books, continue to go to your summer school, things will get easier. And I was always a witty kid. I'm sure many of us have all been in preschool, Head Start, or kindergarten, whatever the case is. I was one of those kids, when the teacher said, read this line on this book, I wanted to read it, but I couldn't speak the English language. So, unfortunately, I couldn't, participate, and it was hard to make friends. So then growing up, I basically was very into non-fictional books like Dr. King, Malcolm X, Today's Black History Month. Raise your hand if you guys love Dr. King, Malcolm X, Coretta Scott King, Rosa Parks. There you go. Give it up for Black History Month. Give it up for Black History Month. Yeah. Beautiful month. We should be Black History Month technically every month, right? There you go. It's not just this month. You know what I mean? But we try to celebrate it, all the time. And so for me, those are the people I gravitated towards. And as you guys know, my name is Mohamed, so I have the most common name in the entire world. So growing up, I was either Mohamed 1, 2, 3, or Mohamed A, B, C. And I would go to the mosque. This was embarrassing. Imagine somebody telling you, we're at the mosque, we're praying. They say, hey, Mohamed, your mom's outside. 15 minutes look back. There's 15 Mohammeds in the room. So, it was kind of hard to stand out. But what I realized was, my mom was able to pop more beautiful babies. So I'm oldest of 8 kids. Whoop whoop. Yeah, there you go. So for me, I'm the oldest of 8. So I have 1 brother, 6 sisters in the exact same order. And my mom, my dad, I remember I came up to them, I was like, I'm not really a fan of this name Mohamed. It's hard to stand out. And I was like, why did you guys name me Mohamed in general? They're like, because we wanted to name you after a leader, Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So I'm also, I come from Islam, that's my religion. So basically, I was like, okay, now this means something to me. You know what I mean? Leadership. So, sometimes there's signs around us that kind of formulate to being the people that we're destined to be. So I was like, okay, I'm the oldest of 8. My name is Mohamed, named after another leader. I gravitate towards all the kings and the queens that look like, my shade, my skin, the people I look up to, the people that I want to become. So I was like, you know what? I want my testimony, my life to be given back to my community. I want to leave a legacy. Life is very short, very precious. We're going to be judged on the merits of the people that we touch and the character that we display. So, I'm very thankful that God was able to kind of instill that type of belief, at a very, very young age. And I think it was probably just instilled in me because I was the eldest in my family, so I had no other choice but to kind of grow up a little quick. Raise your hand if you're the eldest of your family. Raise your hand. Okay, can we give some love to the people that are the eldest real quick? Okay, there you go. There's a few of us. Right, it's hard. It's not easy. And so now with a little bit of context of, a little bit of my upbringing, I was like, okay, now I want to make it a point. I want to give back. So at the age of 14, I signed up for a lot of extracurricular clubs: Somali Student Association, Muslim Student Association, BSU. Raise your hand if you're in BSU. There you go. So I was in BSU in high school, community college, university. I always wanted to be around my peoples. You know what I mean? Can we all agree that there's nothing more liberating than being around black love? We agree? Do we agree? There's nothing better than being around black love. So I love this, doing sports, but being around black love. So, like I said, the first year I moved to Washington, so I felt the love and the encouragement. Mohamed, keep doing what you're doing. Mohamed, you can become a president. Mohamed, you can become a governor. Mohamed, you can do this. In high school, I tried to bring spirit to my school. I was in a Foster High School, and we lacked the spirit. So I was the person telling people to stand up for the Pledge of Allegiance. I was doing all the talent shows, the clubs. I was the varsity team captain of the basketball team. So I just wanted to, again, instill, give back to your community that's done so much for you. So so now I'm done with high school. I got rejected. My dream school was to go to the University of Washington, Seattle. Got rejected. So I went to Seattle Central Community College. Raise your hand if you went to Seattle Central Community College. Oh, they got one out of time. So I went to Seattle Community College, but people try to make it look like community college is like a downgrade, like you're not intelligent or good enough to go to community college. I'm here to tell you guys that's the best decision I ever made in my life. It helped changed my trajectory, and I was able to have a better GPA than I did in high school. So now we go from community college. I reapplied to the University of Washington, Seattle. I got it in 2019. So proud perseverance. We all been there before. When we get knocked down in life, we get back up, right? We get back up, right? So I got knocked down. Didn't reach, something I manifested, but finally was able to get in there. And then I'm happy to say in the year of 2021, during the pandemic, I became the first to graduate college in my family. A lot of us were immigrants, a lot of us are refugees. There's nothing more fulfilling to validate our parents' sacrifice, right? I see a bunch of phenomenal people. First of all, you guys all look amazing. I'm sure that we all have a gift, a calling, a purpose. There's nothing more amazing to see that our parents, the people that raised us, our guardian angels, an older brother, a sister, a mentor, an uncle, aunt, seeing us live out our dreams, seeing us accomplish things, letting them see that we can achieve the things that we want to do, right? So graduating college was one of my biggest life goals, and I'm very thankful that God was able to allow me to see that experience. And now, some of you guys, as Siba mentioned earlier, I'm a council member. So it's my senior year. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't want to have post-grad depression. Raise your hand if you guys know what post-grad depression is. Okay, post-grad depression basically is when you graduate school or graduate from an institute or a 2-year institute or whatever, a fellowship, internship, you think that there's going to be something guaranteed for you afterwards. But sadly, sometimes in life, there's no guarantees, right? So I was like, I created a lot of momentum to get done with college. That was one of my biggest life goals, dreams. But I didn't want to kill the momentum right there. Again, I want to continue to give my parents a better life, keep my younger siblings, the people that look like me, my community. I want to make them proud. So I was like, I can't just stop right here. So my aunt was like, you know what, Mohamed, you've been giving back, you've been lobbying bills, you know, federally, locally, going to DC, helping out homeless people, senior citizens. You should consider running for office. And I told my aunt, I was like, am I even old enough to run? Because usually when you guys think about people that ran for office, what do you guys usually think of? Older. Old. What else do you guys think of? White. There you go. Literally, those are two best answers. 2 words. Literally, old and white. And that's just because that's just the image that comes with it. You see what I'm saying? So my aunt was like, Mohamed, why can't it be you? Like, why can't you change that narrative? Why can't that be you speaking for those that don't get their voices heard? You know what I mean? You've been going to school, giving back to your community, setting a good example for your siblings. We need representation in all capacities of life. Yes. Mohamed, I think you should do it. And I was like, you know what? All right, okay. Let's give it a shot. So I graduate in June. I applied my deadline the month before in May. And after 6 months of long, hard work, campaigning, door knocking, getting rejected, raising funds, all that, I became the youngest councilman in Tukwila's history to ever win. So, you know, as much as that's a beautiful thing, it's kind of sad too, because it just shows that we have a long ways to go. I shouldn't have to be the first, you see what I'm saying? And it's not because it's a bad thing, but we as young change makers and trailblazers, we have a lot more barriers to break, right? Right? And again, I know we all have leadership in us. We have a gift. We have amazing souls in us. This is just one way for me to show leadership, but that's not the only way. I'm sure some of you guys are part of advisory boards. Raise you guys in boards, commissions, nonprofits. There you go. Look at that. See, we all give back service in some capacity. So this is just my calling. This is what God intended me to do. So I'm very grateful and thankful that I'm in a position where I'm trying to speak for my constituents, my residents, my 20,000 Tukwila residents, to give them the best quality of life. And when I met Sibo and I met Dubai, I was able to be a part of their show, the Creative Black Show. Creative Black Hustle Show, okay? And I was one of their few guests, and I really, really appreciate Sibo and Dubai. Raise your hand if they invited you guys, sing Henry. Raise your hand if you guys, okay, there you go. These people need to smell their flowers while they're here. Thank you guys so much for inviting us and inviting the folks on the flyer that they're going to be on this amazing stage here today. Thank you for letting me be on your show. Thank you for wanting to create beautiful spaces like this. Can we all agree that we need more of this? Yeah. We need to have more folks like my brother DJ, you know what I mean? And have people doing, sitting at tables, serving food. Having comedians like Dubai, you know, having people perform their creative, gifted talents, singing, rapping, whatever the case is. We need space like this. When they said that they were going to do this a month ago, I was ecstatic. I don't even care about, even if they didn't have me as a speaker, I would have came and support, because you know why? These are our brothers and sisters, right? We gotta invest in them. We gotta instill belief and believe in their vision, because again, they created a beautiful space for us. I don't know about you guys, I'm a homebody. So any chance I can dress up and meet people and eat food and have music, it's always a way to go, right? Yeah, so it's beautiful. So I just wanted to basically kind of end off my thing by just saying an encouragement. I encourage and challenge all you guys. Oh, first of all, I forgot to tell you guys this real quick. So some people think that all I do is I'm just a council member, but I'm also a filmmaker on the side. Back in the pandemic, let me hear some noise if you guys hate the pandemic. Okay, I hate the pandemic. But during the pandemic, I had an idea. I was like, you know what, Mohamed, this is probably a great opportunity for you to do something that you probably wouldn't have the chance had it not, like if COVID never existed. So I was like, okay, Mohamed, you have all this time. You ain't getting no haircut. You look like a caveman. You're just sitting on your butt on the couch. What can I do? What can I do? So one of my many dreams, like I mentioned, I said it to you guys a little earlier. I wanted to finish college. I wanted to validate my parents' sacrifice. I wanted to make a difference. I feel like I'm doing that now. One of my many dreams was actually do filmmaking. So during the pandemic, I realized we had a situation where the George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor were being killed with police violence. You see what I'm saying? And that was very touching for me. You know, I'm a very empathetic, sympathetic soul. So when I see our fallen kings and queens, you know what I mean, dying in the hands of police brutality, or sadly we have all types of deaths in all capacities in our community, it saddens me truly. It truly saddens me because I'm a people person. I think you guys can kind of see that. And, you know, I wanted to do a film that kind of depicted mental health. Raise your hand if you guys think mental health is very important. There you go. So I wanted to depict, we had all the protests going on. Police brutality was at a very extreme high at this moment in time back in 2020. I wanted to share a spotlight on the community organizers in Seattle, Washington, and do a little short documentary series at 9 minutes where I got to hear their testimonies and their truths, and I wanted the thing to be about mental wellness. How do we survive the movement? How do we survive getting over oppression and systemic racism and institutional racism and all these other things that are stacked up against us? Because I don't know about you guys, for us people of color, I'm gonna give you guys an analogy. You know, on a track field, while this is the society that we live in, while our white counterparts, they're further ahead from us, we stand way behind the 40 dash line, right? You see what I'm saying? We have so much ground that we have to move up just to be seen, just to be heard, just to have success. You see what I'm saying? So I feel like we don't have enough representation. And so I was like, you know what, how can I create a film where I can shed spotlight on amazing young and older leaders in our community? How can we talk about mental wellness and not have this a taboo subject? Because in my culture, mental health is like you're either crazy or you're losing it. Raise your hand if you guys' culture is kind of the same. We're kind of lacking mental health, these conversations, these dialogues. Like, we need to have more of it, right? Right. We need to have more of it, right? Right. The strongest people that you know in your guys' corner, in your guys' lives, we don't check upon them enough. Somebody can show you a face. You know what I mean? Hey, you know what? My brother African, my brother Theory, he's doing good, he's smiling. But you don't know. Many of us, we're fighting battles that no one knows of, right? So I was like, okay, we're living in a very sad world in this current time. Breonna Taylor killed. Abdi. George Floyd got kneed in the neck. And we basically witnessed trauma. We basically witnessed that. So I was like, you know what? I want to create this film. So I did it out of good faith. I did it because this is something I wanted to leave on my city, on my community, on the world, whoever wanted to just see something, get a source of inspiration. I'm proud to say that the biggest mental health organization in America, in DC, recognized my film, and I was able to win the 2021 Media Award. I say that to say, and thank you guys so much for the love. This is amazing crap, by the way. Appreciate you guys. I'm feeling the love over here, giving you guys all individual hearts. The reason why I want to bring that up is we don't have to limit ourselves to one thing in life. We can become politicians, a filmmaker, a community organizer. We could do so many things, right? We could wear many hats, right? Like my guy Dubai is wearing that colorful red hat. I want to encourage you guys. We could be more than one thing. I know if I can live my dreams and I'm able to be living and breathing in front of you guys and telling you guys that I'm a living testimony that I'm making my dream come true, that you guys can do it too. Okay? So I just want to say thank you guys so much for having me. I'm honored and privileged to be in this space, and let's continue to have a great show, and let's dance after this, okay? That's it. Love you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much.